Okay, so to start, I'm going to brush up my hair with my Conair paddle brush, and my hair is just straightened from this morning, but it's basically what it looks like naturally anyways. Now I'm going to take my Redken Iron Silk 07 Ultra Straightening Spray, and it's just a heat protectant, and I'm just going to spray that all over my hair to protect it from the heat of the curling iron, and then I'm going to brush it out to make sure the product is evenly distributed. Now part your hair where you want it to be. I like mine on the left side, and I'm going to take my index fingers right above my ears, and I'm just going to take this huge chunk of hair and I'm going to twist that up. Now I'm going to take these two styling clips to clip the hair up, and this just keeps the top hair out of the way so I can curl the bottom layers. Okay, so since I'm working on the left side of my head, I am going to hold the iron in my right hand, and I'm going to use my left hand to wrap the hair around the barrel. This is a Conair Orbit 1-inch curling iron, and I took about a 1-inch section. And it has no clamp, which I like better just because it doesn't leave a dent in my hair. And then when I'm ready to let it down, I drop the hair into my hand and I hold it up for a second or two, and then I let it down and I kind of twist it with my finger to get a shape I like, and then I just throw that back behind my head so I can work with the other sections. Okay, now for the second curl, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking another 1-inch section. This one looks a little bit smaller than the one I just did, and I'm going to wrap that around the barrel, and I like the pieces of hair I take to kind of differ in size just a little bit. I think it gives the entire look when I'm finished a more natural look, and just hold it until your hand feels hot. You can kind of tell when it's ready. When it feels hot, let go of the tip of the hair that you've been holding. Hold it in your hand again for a second, and then just let it drop. And then just kind of play with it. And then I just throw that behind my back so I can curl the next section. And I'm doing the same thing. I like to curl it from the root, but not the very, very top, because I don't want to burn myself. So I'm just doing the same thing. Hold the tip of the hair and let it sit until you feel like you're ready to let it go. When you're ready, just let it drop into your hand like before, hold it up and let it fall. And then I just kind of play with it again to get a shape I like, and the end didn't curl well, so I'm just going to recurl that quickly. And I am officially done with my bottom left layer. Now that I'm working on the right side of my hair, I'm just going to hold the curling iron with my left hand, and I'm going to wrap the 1-inch section around the barrel with my right hand, and it's the same technique as before. I'm just going to hold the very tip of the hair, and I'm singing here. I was listening to the radio in the background. So just hold it till it feels hot, and just let it drop again, just this time into your right hand. Hold it and then let it go, and twist it to get a shape you like, and then I just throw that behind my back to work with the other sections. And since I'm doing the exact same thing, I am just going to speed this part up for you guys. You ain't seen tears if you'd seen me cry. Okay, now I'm finally done with the entire bottom layer of my hair, and so this is just what it all looks like. Okay, so I am now ready to take my hair out of the clips, and I reclip it up from about the ends of my eyebrows, and I just take all of this hair, and the section that I'm clipping up is going to be the top layer that I'm going to be working on last, and what's down and straight is the middle layer that I'm going to be curling next. I'm taking the middle section of my hair and bringing that forward and throwing the curled parts behind my back just so it's easier to work with, and then I brush out this middle layer, and I look like I'm doing that really violently. I'm not, I just have a lot of knots in my hair. I do that just to get rid of any knots so it is easier to curl, and then I am doing the same thing. I take a 1-inch section. I'm working on the left side of my hair again, so I'm holding the iron in my right hand, and I am just wrapping the hair around the barrel. Remember, whatever side you're working on, you hold the curling iron with the opposite hand, so left side, right hand, right side, left hand. And I'm doing the same thing as before. It's the same technique. Hold it, let it down, and throw it back. And so I'm just gonna speed up this entire layer for you because you basically get the entire like gist of it. Alright, now that I'm done with the second layer, that means I am almost finished curling. So this is what the entire thing looks together, except for the top layer, which I haven't done yet. And again, it's just the same process as before. Let the clips out, let the top layer down. Straight hair goes in front, curled hair goes behind my back, so it is easier to work with. I brush out the straight hair once more to get rid of any knots, and again, it looks like I'm like murdering my hair. So the lighting just got really bad right here. I'm really not sure why, but I am sorry about that. And the top layer is a little bit different. I like to curl not from the root but from the top of my ear, so that's where I start the hair on the curling iron because I don't like it to be super curly at the top. I think that looks a little bit weird, so I just do it from about the top of my ear, not exactly but approximately. And so I just let the hair down again, and I am just going to work on the next one. And this one, the very last one, I kind of start more from the top. I'm not sure why, I've just always done that. And it's the same thing as before. It's really no difference except for where you start the hair, and then I just let that down. Okay, so right side of the hair, curling iron in the left hand, and again start wrapping it around the barrel at the top of my ear, I like to do. And for the top layer, I like to do smaller sections than I did for the bottom layers, just because obviously you're going to see the top layer a little bit more. And then when it feels ready, just let down all of the hair into your hand, hold it up for a second or two, and then I just let it down. Okay, and I am on my last two pieces of hair that I have to curl, and again, make them a little bit smaller. This one I started a little bit higher than the top of my ear because I found out, I didn't mean to do this, I actually did that by accident when I first did it, but in the end, it gave it like a pretty wave at the top of my head that I really liked, so I might start doing that from now on. So yeah, so let the hair down, hold it in your hand for a second, and then just let it drop, and that didn't really curl well at the end, so I'm just going to redo that one. And then, like before, I just hold it and let it drop. And then for this last section of hair, I have bangs, so I curl the bangs along with the hair, and again, I start it more at the root of the hair, but like a little bit below it. And so I just curl the bangs along with the other hair I am curling because it frames my face very nicely and it keeps the bangs out of my eyes. So I just let this go. And then I recurled the end of this because it just didn't curl well. You can just let that piece down and you're officially done curling. So this is just what it looks like, and my lighting got bad again, or this is just the top layer. This is what all of the hair looks like together. So now I'm going to brush out my hair with my paddle brush again, and make sure your hair cools down before you do this, or else you're just going to brush out the curls completely. And I like to do this just because it gives it a softer, more natural look, and I like it better for every day. Now I'm going to go in with my Pantene Classic Hairspray, and it is the flexible hold. And I like this hairspray because it doesn't make my hair hard at all. It leaves it completely natural. Honestly, I don't even feel the hairspray, so I just spray my entire hair with that. And I made a really weird face there. And I am finished. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye!